at Meet the Press Government Accountability Series. Honorable Minister for Government Communications, Deputy Minister for Transport, Chief Director and Directors of the Ministry of Transport, members of the press, invited guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor to share with you the progress we have made in the transport sector as I take my turn in this maiden Government Accountability Series. I hope that after my presentation, we will engage in a constructive dialogue to help the ministry advance its efforts under the Resetting Ghana agenda. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ministry of Transport, as you may be aware, oversees all modes of transport in Ghana, whilst the Ministry of Roads and Highways is responsible for maintaining and developing road infrastructure. Our mission is to provide leadership and guidance for the development of efficient, safe, sustainable, and seamless transport system through policy, regulation, asset management, and service delivery. The performance of the sector. As you may know, Ghana's socio-economic growth and development relies heavily on building a strong and modern transportation infrastructure and services. The ministry is therefore working diligently to position the sector as an engine of growth that drives development across the various sectors of the economy. The aviation sub-sector. In the aviation sub-sector, a number of interventions are being undertaken to enhance capacity of our airports, to improve connectivity, and promote trade and tourism with the ultimate aim of positioning the sector as an aviation hub to West Africa. Key among these interventions are as follows. 1, the establishment of a national air carrier. In fulfillment of His Excellency John Dramani Mahamad's pledge to re-establish a national airline, I inaugurated a 10-member task force to oversee this initiative. The task force has developed a work plan and submitted an inception report, and an interim report is expected soon, focusing on finalizing the business model and operational framework. 2, repurposing of Terminal 2 at Kotoka International Airport. In response to increasing passenger traffic and congestion at Terminal 3 of the Kotoka International Airport, Ghana Airport Company had developed a plan to convert Terminal 2 into a dual-purpose facility that supports both domestic and international flights. This initiative aims to optimize infrastructure, enhance capacity, operational efficiency, and improve passenger experience. 3, car park services at Kotoka International Airport Terminal 3. Following consumer complaints regarding long queues and congestion at Terminal 3 car park pay point, the Ghana Airport Company Limited, in collaboration with ProPark, developed measures to improve service quality. Actions implemented includes the introduction of dedicated e-payment points, increasing payment stations from 3 to 6, and deploying 3 parking officers to facilitate e-payments. Ladies and gentlemen, these measures have significantly reduced congestion, with customer feedback indicating an average payment time of less than 3 minutes. We remain committed to providing exemplary customer service at our airports. 4, construction of a Hajj village at Kotoka International Airport. It may be recalled that His Excellency the President cut short in February this year for the continuation of the construction of a multipurpose Hajj village at Kotoka International Airport. This project aims to enhance access and create conducive environment for Hajj pilgrims during annual pilgrimage to Mecca. The new Hajj village would have key amenities such as a mosque, residential accommodation, clinic, terminal conference spaces, recreational areas, and Hajj board offices. 5, Prempeh Ajiman, the first international airport runway extension. Following the completion of a new terminal building at the Prempeh Agyeman, the first international airport. The runway, which currently measures 1,981 meters in length, is being extended to 2,320 meters to accommodate medium-sized aircrafts and facilitate international flight operations. The project is 90% complete and it is expected to be completed by end of this year. Additionally, night operations have been extended at Prempeh Agyeman, the first international airport, from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. and at Tamale International Airport from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., supporting government 24-hour economic policy and enhancing passenger convenience. 6, development of Bolgatanga Airport. Following President Mahamad's directives, steps are being taken to develop a modern airport in Bolgatanga in the Upper East region. The airport will accommodate jet crafts, serving as a key gateway to the Upper East region and boosting important sectors including trade, tourism, and mining. Currently, studies and site assessment are underway to support the implementation of this project. 7, development of an MRO and establishment of aviation training academy at Ho Airport. To revive the Ho Airport through a public-private partnership and transform it into a hub for aviation training and aircraft maintenance, a 10-acre site within the airport has been allocated for this development. The first phase involves establishing a pilot training academy and offers internationally certified programs for aspiring pilots in the West Africa sub-region. The second phase will develop an MRO facility to support the maintenance of domestic and regional aircraft. This initiative aligns with government's broader plan to leverage regional airports and diversify Ghana's aviation sector. Honorable Minister for Government Communications, members of the press, Air Traffic Control Tower. Air Traffic Control Tower is vital for ensuring airport safety and securing national airspace. The existing ATC tower at Kotoka International Airport, which predates Ghana's independence, is outdated and faces operational challenges. Despite remedial efforts by the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority, these issues persist, underscoring the need for a new state-of-the-art tower. The construction is ongoing and currently at 20% complete. The new facility will feature a visual control room, approach radar room, technical equipment room, and operations room, among others. 9, advanced passenger information and passenger name record systems. To enhance the collection and verification and analysis of passenger data at the airport, His Excellency the President officially inaugurated the advanced passenger information and passenger name record systems on Monday, 4th August 2025. This strategic initiative aims to enhance the data, enhance and detect known criminals or terrorists at our facilities. The high-quality data between aircraft and law enforcement agencies, and also this system will enable a timely identification of high-risk passengers and enable the security agencies deal with such issues. The development of this system has been completed successfully and almost all the airlines integrated onto the platform. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the maritime inland water subsector. To support the 24-hour economy and resetting Ghana agenda, various interventions are underway to create a business-friendly maritime ecosystem. Ghana Shippers Authority as one of them. The shipping industry, vital to our economy, has been hindered by weak regulations affecting port efficiency and cost. The Ghana Shippers Authority Act 2024, Act 1122, passed in July 2024, aims to address these issues, ensure fair pricing, and promote best practices. The authority is developing regulations to operationalize the Act, which is expected to be submitted to Parliament for approval by end of this year. Once passed, the regulation will enable the Ghana Shippers Authority to implement measures that will reduce port cost. 2. Construction of Akatechiwa Freight Park. To promote investment in warehousing, freight parks and infrastructure for shipping industry are underway and being constructed. The Ghana Shippers Authority is building a modern freight park in Akatechiwa in Central Region along the Abidjan-Lagos corridor. And this facility will provide parking, accommodation, maintenance, and other services for transit truck drivers, aiming to reduce stress and accidents. The contractor has been selected and preliminary works has started. 3. Shallow berths at Tema Port. At the Tema Port, the current draft limits port capacity and preventing large vessels from calling, which affects its competitiveness in the sub-region. The time around and throughput. To address this, the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority has engaged China Harbour Engineering to dredge, and it is expected to increase the draft capacity and enable larger vessels to berth. This will improve the turnaround time, boost container throughput, and strengthen the port's regional competitiveness. 4. Revamping of Tema Shipyard. The Tema Shipyard, built by Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah to repair, maintain, and overhaul ships, has been rendered non-operational for many years. Under his directives, the President directed that this strategic facility be revamped and fully operational. And as such, I can report today that the Tema Shipyard has been redesigned and reconstructed the Dock 1 main pump to improve docking time, reactivated Dock 2 for full operations, and rehabilitated the office spaces. These efforts has led to creation of jobs, whilst the Tema Shipyard introduces a 3-shift system in line with the 24-hour economy policy. 5. Upgrade of vessel traffic management information system. The Ghana Maritime Authority is upgrading its VTMIS to enable a 24-hour electronic surveillance of Ghana's coast, the exclusive economic zone, and marine resources. The updated system aims to enhance navigational safety, maritime security, environmental protection, and combat unlawful activities like drug trafficking, piracy, armed robbery, and IUU fishing. 6. Safety of inland waterways and the water lake. To enhance safety and regulation of inland water transport, the Ghana Maritime Authority will soon open an inland waterway safety and regulation office at Akusombo, working closely with the Water Lake Transport Company on the water lake safety. A research and rescue unit will be established at Kwando Toko. In addition, the Ghana Maritime Authority search and rescue vessel, Mate Kole, will be stationed there, and I look forward to commissioning this viable or important project. 7. Other inland waterways used for transportation. Ladies and gentlemen, most people living along the water lake and other water bodies depend on canoes and boats for daily transportation. However, inland waterways often lack security measures, leading to frequent accidents and deaths. This year alone, 7 students drowned in Nikpe, Lora district, and 2 people died in a boat accident in Bompama in the Wild West. Even my constituency, Sabuba, has had its fair experience in boat accidents. To improve the safety of inland water transport, government through the Ghana Maritime Authority is deploying safety officers and establishing satellite offices. His Excellency the President will commission the safety teams later this year after their training. 8. Development of coastal water transport system. As part of President Mohammed's vision to develop a coastal water transport system to complement the existing road transport system, we are commissioning a feasibility studies to explore the potential in the private sector in the coastal water transport system. Expression of interest will soon be advertised to invite interested firms, and I encourage local companies with relevant experience to participate in this road transport services subsector. Ladies and gentlemen, road transport has long been Ghana's economic backbone and primary mode of travel. All transport, whether by air, sea, rail, ultimately ends with the means of road transport. However, the sector faces challenges like congestion and inefficiencies. Current efforts aim to enhance safety and efficiency are: 1. Regularization of motorcycles and tricycles for fare-paying passengers. Motorcycles and tricycles, commonly known as Okada, are vital for transportation system. However, current regulation bans their use, creating enforcement and safety challenges. To establish a robust regulatory framework, the ministry has begun processes to amend the Road Traffic Act 2004, Act 683, and the Road Traffic Regulations 2012, Airline 2180. Stakeholder consultations have been completed, and the proposed amendments have been approved by Cabinet to be laid in Parliament when they reassume. 2. Reduction in transport public fares. To alleviate the burden on commuters and mirror microeconomic improvement such as the reduction in fuel prices, government negotiated for 15% decrease in public transport fares. This reduction, which took place or effect on May 24, 2025, represents the most significant decrease recorded since the administrative arrangement on public transport fares was introduced in 2015. This measure has provided relief to commuters whilst maintaining operational stability of the transport operators. 3. DVLA 24-hour services. To improve and expand service delivery and support the implementation of the 24-hour economy policy, the authority has established a new operational office at the Adenta bus terminal here in Accra. This modern facility operates 24 hours a day, offering round-the-clock services to enhance accessibility and convenience for motorists in Adenta and nearby areas. Ladies and gentlemen, the DVLA has since May this year commissioned and operationalized 4 new offices in Adenta, Boale, Asamankase, and Akwatia. 2 new offices in Doma and Bechim are set to be commissioned later this month. With the operationalization of these offices, the authority is taking steps to close the service gap and bring its operations closer to citizens in underserved areas. 4. Printing of backlog cards. As of December 2024, the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority had a backlog of 440,000 unprinted driver license cards. Currently, all these backlog cards have been printed and dispatched to the various DVLA offices for collection. A total of 26,045 cards are currently undergoing lamination and will be delivered shortly. 5. Registration of earth-moving equipment. To help identify and track equipment owners as part of our efforts to address illegal mining galamsey, the DVLA has intensified the registration of earth-moving equipment. This initiative aims to assign special identification numbers to such machinery, which are then shared with the Minerals Commission to enhance tracking and monitoring. To date, the authority has successfully registered 9,240 earth-moving equipment under this exercise. 5. Road safety. members of the press, road fatalities remain a leading cause of deaths in the country, with about 1,504 lives lost in the first half of this year. These preventable deaths can be reduced through behavioral change. To address this, the ministry is taking the necessary steps to amend the road traffic regulations, and when passed, it will help enhance education and enforcement efforts. 7. Operations of MMTL and ISTC. Ladies and gentlemen, the government is committed to revitalizing Metro Mass Transit Limited and Intercity STC Coaches Limited, which are currently in distress and need urgent financial support. We plan to modernize their fleet and upgrade existing infrastructure for efficient service delivery. The MMTL fleet will include 350 Toyota Haze buses, 100 coastal buses, and 50 cargo and parcel trucks.